Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making a Faithfull the Brand inspired top. I always get compliments when I wear this top, and I've always wanted to make it into other colours because it goes well with so many things during summer. So I did draft up a pattern which is available for you to download in the description. If you don't want to use the pattern provided below, that's okay. Just make up your own pattern and follow along. Rightio, first of all, you'll need some fabric, about 45 inches by 30 inches. The first step is to iron the fabric and lay it out flat. Fold the fabric in half and lay down the pattern pieces. Pin these and carefully cut around the pattern pieces. Once you've completed this, you'll have 4 pieces: a strap, a panel, and 2 curved pieces. First, let's start on the strap. Fold your strap right sides together and pin all the way down, and press. Pressing helps as it keeps the fabric in place and makes it easier to sew. Leave a 1 cm seam allowance and sew down all the way to the bottom. Cut off any excess fabric, put a safety pin in the top and turn inside out. Now press the straps down again with the iron and sew down the seam side with a straight stitch to keep it all in place. Now put the straps to the side and we'll start on the shirring panel. To start the shirring panel, open the fabric out and overlock around each side. Next, we're going to make the elastic casing. We'll do this by folding down each lengthwise side. Fold over the fabric as marked on your pattern, which is about 1.5 centimeters or 1/2 inch. To give it a really professional look, you want the elastic casing to be as close to the elastic as possible. Now sew down each side. The elastic will go in after we've finished the shirring. Great, now we'll move on to the shirring. Put the fabric up right side facing you and mark with chalk the desired length between each shirring stitch. I prefer about 1.5 centimeters. Before we start shirring, we need to put the elastic thread in the bobbin. Insert the bobbin into the casing and put your thread stitch at the longest length. With the fabric facing you up, sew as normal, except pull the fabric each side to make sure it's nice and tight as it goes through. When you get to the end, leave the needle in and lift up the foot. Rotate 90 degrees and then sew down to your next marking. Do another 90 degrees and start sewing again. Now when you get to the end, just do a few back stitches, forward stitches, back stitches, and then go off the end. Okay, it should look something like this. Good work. And see, there's our really nice professional looking corners. Okay, next we'll put in the elastic. Thread a long piece of elastic through each side and then gather it to your desired look. For a more professional look, make it tighter rather than looser. When you have your desired look, sew off each of the 4 corners with the sewing machine to secure it in place. Great, now we'll put this to the side and move on to the final panels. To begin with, we will sew darts into each panel. Firstly, I mark the 3 points of the triangle. Then I use a ruler to connect each side. Next, I do the line down the middle. I do these markings on the inside of the fabric. Next, I pin the 2 lines together and make the dart. To start, I sew from the thickest part of the dart all the way down, going inwards towards the fabric. For a professional look, instead of going right off the end, I go very close to the fabric, about 1 or 2 millimeters off. I then stitch right next to the fold, about 4 stitches, and then go off. And now we've done all 4 darts, we'll move on with the strap. Pin the strap so it's going down just like this. Then add the matching piece of the panel right sides together and pin. Do the same to the other pieces. Great, now that we've pinned all the way around, we're going to leave the opening and fold it back like this. This is where the shirring piece will later slot into. Now here's the important part. We will use a shirring panel to dictate the seam allowance. So put the shirring panel into the main panel and we'll now use this as the seam allowance for the bigger panel. You want to make sure it's a nice snug fit, but that it's not too tight so that it won't fit in later. Once you've worked out the seam allowance, sew around the sides. Next, we're going to make some snips around the corner pieces. And we'll just cut off the excess fabric so it's not so bulky when it's inside out. Okay, great. Now you want to turn in both panels inside out and you want to press them flat. Great, now we're at the final step. Well done for getting this far. Now we're going to insert the shirring panel into the main panels. Put the shirring panel in about 1 centimetre. Make sure it's even on both sides. Now we'll pin and sew down each side. Next, we're going to apply the fasteners. Measure in 4 centimetres and put the hoop through the strap and then pin it in place. Do this to both sides and sew. Insert the main strap into the buckle. Thread it through the hoop and back up through the buckle. If you need help on how to do this, just look at a bra or a singlet top you already own and you'll see how it's easily done. And then tie in the middle and you're finished. Well done. Great work, guys. And here it is, a cute summer top. Thanks for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and check back in the future for more videos.